Hey guys, SGT Nickel here again, and we're going with the Grab Gun Go theme. I showed you the first one, which was a 1022 Ruger. This I'm not going to get too much into, just did one addition. I added a sidearm. Now this is just a pellet gun. It's not a real sidearm, but I did it more for a demonstration. I just put a belt around the bag. You can still get inside it just by the top zippers here. You can still get to your rifle. You can get to everything that's inside that part of the bag. You can get to the outside of the pouches, and you can get to your sidearm, which is just right there. So, real quick, if you had your restricted in Canada or your handguns anywhere else in the world, and you could always go with this option. This is just grab gun go. You grab this and you go. I have another option set up. It's more for a shotgun, more for predator defense. And instead of wilderness survival, which I sort of put that one towards, I've got one which I've done a couple videos on, and it turns a shotgun more into a sidearm. So you can have hands-free option, and you can carry more gear, such as backpack and auxiliary rifle, anything you wanted. So what I've done is it's pretty much the same as the last video, only I've added my SWAT belt to it. And they're both independent from each other, so the SWAT belt isn't holding the weight of the gun or the water. It's pretty much dualed up with the wet belt underneath, so it gives it extra strength. It actually holds a little tighter to my body, so it's not draping down so low, and it's more snug. I could actually pull out my shotgun a lot easier now without having to grab here and brace it. It's much better. Anyway, I'll get into sort of the loadout of how I've set this up. The gun has not changed any. It's still in a coach carry position with three slugs in it. I have a side saddle with 2 flares, 3 rubber bullets, and an extra lethal load. The thing about it is I like to keep only 3 in the tube, and that leaves room for 1 extra round. I went into this in the last video. It's basically so if I need to quickly put in a rubber slug or a sound flare or any kind of other flare, I can quickly slam that in there, rack it, and we're ready to go. What I've also added to this pouch is the water is still the same, but I've put on a rain gear in the back. This is just a pouch. You can put your first aid gear in here. You can put your food in here. I chose to put rain gear. I'll probably add a little small first aid pouch to it anyway, because I don't think it's a bad idea. I've got rain pants and rain jacket. The next thing I've got out in the front is actually quite a bit of ammo. I have all buckshot in the front pouches. They're sets of 3, so that's 3 times 4, which is 12. I've got 12 shots just right there. I've got 6 on the side saddle, and I have 3 in the tube. So as you can see, the ammo's starting to add up. Then you go into here. I've got 2 boxes of 5, which are buckshot and birdshot. And then I have 5 shots of basically lead slugs. This isn't for necessarily my island here where we have a scatter shot law, meaning we can only shoot scatter projectile. We're not supposed to be shooting lead slugs. But if I go to a place where I can use these as bear defense, I most definitely will. So I have 5 shots of that. Then you come into the next pouch right beside here. It's basically the same thing. It's just another 2 sets of 5 of buckshot. And I believe I have 5 more shots of buckshot right there, just on the side. So I'm pretty well loaded up. I could always add a bit more shells to this. But as far as my needs right now, I think this is enough. The more ammo I add, the more weight I'm carrying. If it was an SHTF, of course I would carry more ammo. I have a vest I can throw on top of all this and add more ammo to, along with more survival gear. So this isn't just an only option. I've got that, which is in my bug out video. Then you throw in your rucksack, and it just keeps escalating there more and more. So just lets me carry more stuff, and this is always an option I can quickly get to for defense. So I quite like it. I think it's a good idea. Got a knife around my neck. You can always add a knife to the belt if you can fit it. There's other ways to carry knives. You can always put a knife down the leg. Hatchet, always another option. I've got hatchet here. I mean, look right now. Didn't even think of this. There, fuck it. We'll just do that. As you can see, I'm pretty heavily loaded out just as it is, and I just grabbed two things. This is my grab, gun, go theme. Now, I didn't even think of this just till now. I could grab both. And I've got now two guns. And hatchet. I've got survival gear. I could survive quite a long time just with what's on me at this moment, and it almost weighs, well, I mean, as the way I'm wearing it, it doesn't weigh very much. I'm sure it adds a lot of weight to my body, but it's very comfortable to carry. I could always cross this across my chest to just make it a little more comfy, carry a longer time, but as you see, I'm quite compact, and I can move around very well like this, and still get to defense or whatever else I need. So that's my grab, gun, go. Just very basic defense, survival, whatever else reasons, predator control. You go backpacking with friends and whatnot, and you're worried about coming across a bear. This is a good way to go. I still recommend wearing bear bells and make noise and all that. Then you will never even need to use this stuff if all goes according. If you're bear wear, you shouldn't need to even have any problem to where you'd even need to pull a gun on a bear. I've been very close to bears and never even armed at those times, and I gotta say, I did not feel safe. I mean, it's sort of like that scenario where I don't know if you guys ever deliver papers and you come across a dog and he's like, "Arr," and he's got you cornered up against the fence, and you don't really feel very good. That's how I felt with that bear. So even though the bear wasn't hostile, he backed down, whatever. He was up on the two legs, scratching his back on a tree. I came around the bend collecting firewood for my campfire, and there he was. I was like, oh crap. So I dropped everything, picked up the biggest piece of wood I had, and the bear got down on four legs, sort of snuffed at me and gruffled, and then we both backed up. And that was it. So that was my big bear experience. That was a grizzly bear. The only time I ever came across a grizzly bear. And it wasn't a bad experience, but I mean, I do feel a lot safer if I have this stuff on me, even if I don't need to use it. So anyway, thought that pretty much covers what I've got for grab, gun, go as far as defense and wilderness survivor. So yeah, done lots of videos with this stuff, so probably won't be adding too many videos until about this stuff now because I've pretty much said it all. Hope this inspires you all to maybe go out in the wilderness and try camping if you haven't done it. And yeah, lots of fun. But like I say, most time you don't even need this stuff in the woods. TV, that makes animals sometimes more scary than they are. You got to fear people more than you need to fear the wildlife out there. But anyway, hope this sort of inspires some people and gets you thinking. Any comments, any stories, do feel free to share.